Okay, so I just found this really cool trick that you can do using ChatGPT. So you can ask ChatGPT to help you with a problem on a software like maybe Photoshop, Blender, 3D Maya, or maybe Filmora, or any software that might be running on your computer, and it will give you the step-by-step process to fix that problem to accomplish the goal. This is a standard answer from ChatGPT. So I asked it to tell me how to duplicate a layer in Photoshop, and then this is the answer. This is not a wrong answer, it's actually quite correct. But if you are not a Photoshop user, you're using the software whatever it might be for the first time, it can be quite overwhelming. Like if you ask a person that never used Photoshop in their life how to duplicate a layer or how to find the layer, I think they will be very confused and overwhelmed by all the buttons, the menus, the knobs in the software. So instead, this is actually the better way to ask ChatGPT if you need some clarification when you want to interact with a piece of software. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this interface. I will just press Shift, Windows, and S, and I'll just select the area. Now you probably cannot see what's going on right now because, well, I'm recording this video, but if you're using Windows, you can press Shift, Windows, and S to take a screenshot. And then on ChatGPT, you can right click and then select paste or press Ctrl and V to paste the screenshot into the chat area. And here is the magic. So I want you to circle the area where I could find the layer of this image. Now I will click plus and I will enable image generation and send the message. There is actually another way to do this without using the image model, but right now it is using its GPT image model, which is a fantastic model because in that model, it can isolate the editing. It will just ignore everything else and will just focus its attention to this area, which is where the layer is located. So I'm expecting to see a red circle or maybe a red arrow on this area. So it will guide the user on where to look on this piece of software. Now I'm still waiting for the result. It is a bit slower because it is using the image generation model, but later there is another way that is quite similar but significantly faster, although slightly less accurate, but still it is way faster than this method. So I'm still waiting for the result here. And there you go. So it just created this nice edit on the screenshot. It tells me the location of the menu or the area that I need to look on Photoshop. So again, this can be applied on other software. Just provide a screenshot and then tell it where to look, and this will make the process of learning anything with the help of ChatGPT to be more intuitive and easier. Now let me show you the other way you can do this. You can get this red circle from ChatGPT. So I will just start a new chat and I will try to use a different piece of software. So I have this tool called Amuse AI. This is a tool that is used to generate images, videos, and even audio using local AI models. And right now there is an image model being loaded into my computer. So this software is not hard for me, but for some people this could be quite overwhelming. And let's say in this scenario, I want to know how do I unload the model, which is the Flux model, from my system GPU. So I'll just take a screenshot, and another way to take a screenshot on a Windows machine is by pressing Alt and print screen. That will take a screenshot of the active window of your computer of the program that's running. Now I will paste that to ChatGPT and I'll tell you that this is Amuse AI. Can you tell me how do I unload the model from my GPU? And I want you to circle the button with coding or maybe programmatically. So this keyword says programmatically, or you can also use with coding. That's basically just a way to tell AI that we don't want to use your image generation model. Instead, I want you to just analyze the picture and then use your coding skill to add that red circle or red arrow on the area that I have to click or I have to interact with. So this is going to be a lot faster and cheaper than the image generation model. So let's try that. I'll send the message and let's wait for the result. Okay, so this is the image that has been modified by the coding from ChatGPT, and it points me towards the X icon on the screenshot. If I open the program again, as you can see, there's this X icon. If I click it, now the model has been unloaded, and as you can see right here, the GPU usage just went down because the model has been unloaded. So yeah, even though this is not exactly a popular software, it still knows how to interact and use this software. I think it has some knowledge, a really good knowledge when it comes to user interface and user experience. So this is really amazing. Both the image model and the regular ChatGPT models are able to identify the UI that was provided via the screenshot, and it can help you a lot if you have any problem or confusion when using a particular piece of software. You can use ChatGPT this way. You can tell it to circle the area or point that with the red arrow icon, and you can use either the image model or the regular coding in ChatGPT to actually give that circle icon. And by the way, just for your information, you can also do the same thing more or less in the Gemini platform, although I would say the image model in Gemini is not quite as good as ChatGPT, and also it cannot do the programmatic red circle generation because it cannot execute code directly in the chat window. So that's one downside on Gemini, but the image model is at least able to do the same thing as the one in ChatGPT. So I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to see some really cool things that you can do with AI, then you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video.